Hello, ladies, and welcome back. My name is Valencia Holland, certified image consultant, better known as the Style Educator. And I help women that are confused about how to dress get the wardrobe and image solutions they desire. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing 3 different signs that it's time for you to improve your wardrobe. So one of the very interesting things about today's topic is that this is really like a frequently asked question. Women ask me all the time, when is it a good time for them to improve their personal style? When is it a good time for them to upgrade their wardrobe, etc.? So I want to do just that. I want to share this video to answer this question and also, again, just give you some insight in these things to possibly look out for. So the first thing is going to be what I refer to as a seasonal change. We are literally right now in the process of that as we're going from one season to the next season. I believe that taking the time to improve your wardrobe and your image during a seasonal change really allows you to focus on developing your style and building your wardrobe for that season without being overwhelmed, right? You're already in this position of just being confused and not really knowing what sense of style you want to have, what direction you want to take when it comes to your wardrobe. You even find yourself struggling to shop, which is always going to be the result of being confused about how to dress. So what better way to minimize the frustration, minimize the stress, minimize those feelings of being overwhelmed and confused, then taking an opportunity to just focus in on one particular season at a time. So that's number one. The second thing is a career change or a desire to change careers, Whenever you find yourself switching careers, most likely there is also going to be a change in dress code. It makes me think about the time when I, first started my professional career. I was not always an image consultant, professionally or by trade. I actually used to work in healthcare. My role in healthcare required me to wear scrubs all the time. In the beginning of that journey, I did have different opportunities where I could try to personalize my uniform the best that I could, but over time, the healthcare, industry had changed. They had really started to, color code, if you will, like the different departments at that particular hospital that I had worked at. And so ultimately, me eventually trying to add those little personal touches just to kind of individualize my uniform really kind of like faded away because I had to start to wear a particular color. Fast forward to me, wanting to take image consulting more seriously, just really wanting to step out there and just build my business. I found myself having to actually build what I refer to as a personal wardrobe. So I believe that as women, you can find yourself with a professional wardrobe and or a personal wardrobe. It just really would depend on, what you're doing professionally, right? And so for me, again, at that time, working in the hospital, I had all of my scrubs, and that was just what my professional wardrobe looked like at the time. And then aside from that, while I was building up my business as an image consultant, it gave me an opportunity to really express myself on a more personal level because the industry, if you will, or the career change that I was seeking to have just kind of went hand in hand with me really just ultimately expressing myself through clothing. I've shared my personal story here on YouTube before about how I got started. I'll just touch on that really quickly. So I was the go-to girl, for my friends and family when they wanted advice on what to wear and also what not to wear. Any opportunity that I had, like when I went to family gatherings or just anything that was like outside of work, I always took advantage of it because I knew deep down inside that I had enjoyed personal style. I had enjoyed, what I would come to know as image consultant. I always liked clothes, at some point in my life, once I really understood the power and the impact and the influence that comes along with your image and your personal style. And so whenever I would show up to family events or things of that sort, I was always complimented. And in turn, they would start to reach out to me like, hey, V, my nickname is V. My birthday is coming up. What should I wear? Or they would send me photos of like different sorts of shoes and just really wanting to know like, how could they put a look together to go with the shoe? So for me, my career change really kind of blended in with who I was as an individual outside of my actual job or profession at the time. And so, for those of you that are having a career change or want to desire to change your career, this is definitely an indication that it's time for you to improve your wardrobe. Now, let me say this too. Maybe you're not necessarily seeking to start your own business or something like that. And so with that being said, maybe the position that you are currently in required you to kind of have more of a casual, more of a relaxed look. And now that you've gotten promoted, it's requiring you to kind of have what I refer to as a more suited and booted look. And in the corporate world, they just really refer to that as business casual. So if that sounds like a place that you are in, then it's definitely time for you to improve your image. The third and final thing that I would say is a life change, right? Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you are interested in entering into the workforce again. Maybe even as a stay-at-home mom, you've kind of like lost your identity a little bit, in motherhood and stuff like that. And you're just kind of like, listen, I've had my children. Now I kind of just don't even really understand where I fit into this whole fashion. Well, I don't really ever like to use the word fashion, this whole style thing, right? I really have lost a sense of myself and I don't know how to, express myself through my clothing choices and things of that such. Maybe, you're single and you want to start dating to get married, or maybe you're just kind of like, Valencia, I just have this feeling on the inside of me that I can't ignore. Something is telling me that it's just time for me to step it up, right? It's just time for me to step up my image, my appearance, my wardrobe, etc. And, that's normal, right? Because ultimately, when you find yourself in a place where you are tired of wearing the same things, you are just struggling to find the right clothes, you feel like you don't have any sense of style. But when you really kind of sit back, you come back to this place of like, I really want to know though, right? I really want to know what looks good on me, right? And so I'm here to tell you, ladies, that this is your sign, okay? So with all of that being said, if you, feel like you've struggled this year to get dressed, then I would say that this is a perfect opportunity for you to improve your appearance going forward. Because when we go back to number one, and when we're speaking on a seasonal change, there are a lot of different events coming up, right? We have the holiday season approaching, which brings a lot of different special occasions. Again, when I think about me working at the hospital, and then they would have those holiday parties, if you will, like after hours and stuff like that. This is a great sign for you to start to plan to attend, because you don't want to miss out on an opportunity to go to any of these special events or any of these occasions, even if it's your, family's traditional holiday celebrations and things like that. It doesn't have to necessarily be something that has to do with your job, but the goal would be for you to show up well dressed for them. I mean, why not? I remember when I would show up to our company holiday parties, everyone was always just so surprised, like we will all be kind of like looking at each other, not differently, like in a negative sense, but it really kind of opened us up to each other on a more personal level, not just because we weren't in like a work setting, but because we weren't seeing each other just in these same mundane scrubs, day in and day out. We actually got a chance to kind of get an idea of, okay, that kind of matches so-and-so's personality, or I see why so-and-so dressed or wore that. And even in some instances, you know, a lot of us were like taken back, like, oh, wow, you know, look how nice she looks or he looks. And, you know, I even would receive a lot of compliments because at work, you know, you're just wearing scrubs. You know, there's really nothing that you can do, right? Because that's just ultimately, you know, a part of your wardrobe. But what they didn't realize at that time is that the image consultant was always within me. I just needed an opportunity to really express it out loud, so to speak. So you better believe that whenever those holiday party invitations came around, I was definitely taking full advantage to dress up for them. And so maybe, you know, I don't want to get too sidetracked, but maybe that's your situation as well, you know, and maybe when it comes to work, you know, you're probably sitting back saying, well, all I do is work, you know what I mean? And because all you do is work, maybe you have, you know, what I refer to as like a minimal wardrobe because you spend a lot of time at work. And the thing about that is it's not anything wrong with that. I just really want to encourage you to begin to think of yourself more, because there is more to you than what you do, you know, on a professional level, right? So just think about that. I also don't want you to start to turn down invitations this season because you don't have anything to wear. It's very important for you to remember to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I am a firm believer in being very proactive, and I don't think that your image should not be included in that. I think that image is included in that as well. And maybe I'll do like an additional video at some point on just some of the effects of last minute shopping. Again, especially since we are entering into the holiday season. So ladies, that's all for now. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and leave a comment, and please make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you can stay connected to me and all of the further style education videos that I'm going to be bringing your way. And last but not least, if you are interested in improving your appearance, you can definitely head to ValenciaHolland.com. That link will be available for you in the description box below. Check out all of the services that I have there for you. You can also book a consultation to get started with me as well. So until my next video, ladies, I will see you then. Bye.